Namaskar children. Let us discuss one more colligative property, one of the important colligative property, and abnormal colligative properties. Okay, so let us discuss about these topics. Okay, so now we will discuss about the abnormal colligative properties. Still now we discussed about the colligative properties, but now we will discuss about the abnormal colligative properties. Abnormal colligative properties. Abnormal colligative properties. Okay, so before discussing about the abnormal colligative properties, so we know that colligative properties. We know about the colligative properties. We know about the colligative properties. What are that colligative properties? Yes, colligative properties are the properties which depends on the number of solute particles. The number of solute particles irrespective of its nature. Irrespective of its nature means those properties which depends on its number of solute particles irrespective of its nature. So it may be ionic or covalent or metallic coordination, whatever its nature, either it is a volatile or non-volatile, whatever the solute nature. But that colligative properties depends on their number of solute particles only, irrespective of its nature. So those properties which depends on the number of solute particles irrespective of nature of the solute are called it as a colligative properties. Colligative properties. It should depends on the number of moles of solute particles. Okay. So but here abnormal colligative properties is little bit differ with the colligative properties. Why? The colligative properties depends on number of solute particles, but here abnormal colligative properties says that the colligative properties are not depends on pure number of solute particles. It depends on its number of ions. Number of ions. Either they may form by association or by dissociation. So that properties are called it as a abnormal colligative properties. Abnormal colligative properties. So let us take one example. We can easily understand. Suppose I am taking example NaCl. Okay. So this NaCl will be dissociated into Na plus and Cl minus. Na plus and Cl minus. So according to colligative properties, so the number of moles of sodium chloride, how many? 1 mole. It is 1 mole. 1 mole of NaCl I am taking. So that means the colligative properties only depends on the 1 mole of sodium chloride solution. 1 mole of sodium chloride solute in water. So now this sodium chloride taking in water, then it forms NaCl, it forms Na plus and Cl minus. So NaCl, when you dissolve in water, NaCl, sodium chloride, NaCl, solution will form. So don't confuse here. The solution is 1 mole. Why? Here 1 mole of sodium chloride taking and 1 mole of water will be dissolved. Therefore, it depends on the number of solute particles are 1 mole. But here it is colligative property, but these colligative properties are little bit modified by want of scientist. So that is by want of. According to want of, the colligative properties are not exactly depends on its number of solute particles. So it should depends on their number of association particles or dissociation particles. Number of association particles or dissociation particles. So based on that one, their colligative properties are deviated. So that's why the colligative properties are something change in something change. That's why they are abnormal. They are not at all normal. They are abnormal. They are completely different. So that's why that properties are called it as a abnormal colligative properties. My dear students, still now we discussed about the colligative properties. You know colligative properties definition. Those properties which depends on number of solute particles irrespective of nature of a solute. Okay, so that's why here the abnormal colligative properties introduced by Van 't Hoff, according to him. So not the colligative properties depends on purely on their number of solute particles. They must be depends on the number of solute particles, either they dissociate or either they dissociate or associate. Either they are dissociate or associate. So based on that number, it will be affected. So that's why there is a change in their colligative properties. So that's why that terms are introduced by abnormal. So here it is 1 mole, but by dissociation we are getting 2 ions. So that means here 1, but here 2. Must and should they increase the colligative properties, because increased 1 plus 1 2. Here I am getting 2 ions, but here it is only 1 mole. So that's why here 1 plus 1 2 increase, the number increased, therefore colligative properties also increased. So therefore here we can easily understand by dissociation or by association we get the number of solute particles into their ions, either their ions or their dimeric forms or trimeric forms. So therefore that number will be affected the colligative properties. So therefore that colligative properties are called it as a abnormal colligative properties, which is introduced by scientist Van 't Hoff. Okay, so once again, the colligative properties means those properties which depends on the number of solute particles irrespective of nature of a solute. But here the colligative properties not depends on their number of solute particles. It should be depends on their either their dissociated ions or their associated ions. Otherwise we can say ionization, they can proceeds to ionization. Okay, they can proceeds to dimerization. They can proceed to dimerization or trimerization, tetramerization or polymerization, whatever it may be. So that depends on the number of ions only, not the solute, number of moles of solute and the solvent. That particularly number of solute particles. That should be depends on their ions. So based on this one, the changes are there, the approximate changes are approximate differences are there, their colligative properties. So that terms are used abnormally, they can change. So which is introduced by Van 't Hoff. So according to Van 't Hoff, the colligative properties, the properties are the properties which depends on the number of solute particles by association or the dissociation. By the association or the dissociation. Based on that one, we get the colligative properties. So such properties are called it as a abnormal colligative properties. I hope it's clear. Once again, the colligative properties depends on number of solute particles irrespective of nature of a solute, but this is not happening by Van 't Hoff. According to Van 't Hoff, the number of moles of solute particles not, their number of ionization particles or the number of dissociation particles or the association particles of a solute present in a solution. So based on that one, the colligative properties are little bit modified. So that properties are called it as a abnormal colligative properties. Abnormal colligative properties. So this for that abnormal colligative properties is directly proportional to abnormal colligative properties directly proportional to, and also normal colligative properties also, you take normal colligative properties also, normal colligative properties. So normal colligative properties is directly proportional to directly, normal colligative property is directly proportional to number of solute particles. Number of solute particles. So, but abnormal colligative properties are directly proportional to either dissociation particles, number of either dissociation particles, or number of association particles. Number of association particles. Once again, I want to write clearly on top of the board. Just write normal colligative properties. Normal colligative properties is directly proportional to number of solute particles present in a solution, and abnormal colligative properties is directly proportional to number of solute particles. So either dissociation or association. Either dissociation or association. Here the number of solute particles we can calculate by dissociation, otherwise it is association. That should be depends on its number of nature of the solute particles. Either it may be ionic, they can get the dissociation, either they may be covalent, they may be associate. So according to that dissociation and association, we get the abnormal colligative properties. So this is the difference between normal colligative properties and abnormal colligative properties. Normal colligative properties and abnormal colligative properties. Normal colligative properties are simple. There we can get the number of solute particles. But here abnormal colligative properties also, I am saying number of solute particles. So that number of solute particles, when we will say number of solute particles by dissociation or by association. Already I told you, I explained one example, sodium chloride. So sodium chloride, then it forms, when you mix it with water, then we get a sodium chloride solution. The same thing, sodium chloride, when you mix it water, then it forms their ions, Na plus aqueous and Cl minus aqueous. Here the number of solute particles are 1 mole, because I am taking here 1 mole. But here this is normal colligative property. Okay, but abnormal, come to the abnormal colligative property. Abnormal colligative property depends on this number, 1 sodium ion, 1 Cl minus ion. So that means how many solute particles are there? 2 moles of ions are there. Either they may be dissociate, here dissociation can take place. Either association also we can take. So this is one of the dissociation. Okay. So now I am taking one more example for association, acetic acid. So otherwise you take it A plus B, you take it A, B, number of moles. I am getting A, B, N moles. Okay, here normal is N moles. But same AB N moles will be associated into AB of taken N. There it is abnormal. That is equal to 1 by N. Abnormal is 1 by N moles. Okay. So 1 by N moles means here the colligative property will explain this is the abnormal molar mass by association. So by association we get the abnormal. Okay, but normal it is N moles, but it is a normal colligative property, but it is abnormal colligative property. That is the difference between normal and abnormal. Okay, so by these examples we can easily understand normal colligative property. It depends on number of solute particles. Same abnormal molar colligative property depends on number of solute particles only, but that particles, that solute either may dissociate or associate. So based on that things, we can get the number of solute particles. Here you see 1 plus 1, 2, but here it is only 1. So normal it is only 1 mole of solute particle, but abnormal it is ions dissociated into ions. That's why we get the abnormal colligative properties and normal colligative properties. Otherwise, you take one more example. AlCl3. AlCl3. So to form Al plus 3 and Cl minus, 3Cl minus. Okay, 1 Al minus. If you explain simple normal colligative property, the number of moles of Al is 1 mole. That is 1 mole. But you take abnormal colligative property, 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. So here number change, it is 1 but it is 4. It is absolutely right, it is wrong, which is observed by Van 't Hoff. According to Van 't Hoff, what he said, the normal colligative properties are differ with their original colligative properties. So, okay, observed colligative properties. That's why normal and observed will be changed. That's why then he used the term abnormal colligative properties. Okay, so these abnormal colligative properties will explain with the help of I factor. Van 't Hoff introduced a I factor. So therefore, I factor I is equal to abnormal colligative property, abnormal colligative properties by okay, normal colligative properties, abnormal colligative by normal colligative properties. That ratio is called it as a abnormal colligative properties. Otherwise, we can take observed colligative property, by normal colligative property, So that thing also we can explain the colligative property of abnormal colligative property of a solutions. Abnormal colligative property by normal colligative property. That ratio is called as a Van 't Hoff factor, I factor. So I factor is equal to observed colligative property by normal colligative property. Okay, so by this thing we can explain Van 't Hoff factor I. So I is equal to this one, observed colligative property by normal colligative property. Okay, so that is the thing. But here the colligative properties, whatever colligative properties are there, so that colligative properties generally proportionality. Colligative properties are inversely proportional to molecular mass. Inversely proportional to molecular mass. Therefore, I factor, if you substitute the I factor, anyone, I factor, what is that? I factor is equal to, okay, so normal molecular mass by observed molecular mass, okay, that is equal to I factor. Here abnormal colligative property means what? Observed colligative property only. Okay, so that I factor is equal to, so don't confuse here, I factor is equal to introduced for calculating the original factor colligative property. For that, if you take the abnormal changes, whatever changes you get, that is what observed colligative property by its normal colligative property. So then I is equal to normal molecular mass by observed molecular mass. Either they may dissociate or associate. By this formula, we can easily get it. So colligative properties are inversely proportional to its molecular mass. So therefore, it will be opposite. Normal colligative property is inversely proportional to molecular mass, and also observed colligative property is also inversely proportional to observed molecular mass. So by cross multiplication, we get normal molecular mass first and observed molecular mass is next, because normal molecular mass is equal to how much for the I factor? Observed colligative property by normal colligative property. So by cross multiplication is according to, with respect to molecular mass, they can opposite normal colligative property. Okay, so what is that normal colligative property? Inversely proportional to molecular mass. They can come top. So that is normal molecular mass. So normal colligative property. Now you take normal. So otherwise you take one more. You take here. Otherwise better. Normal colligative property is inversely proportional to normal molecular mass. Then observed colligative property is inversely proportional to observed molecular mass. Then substitute I is equal to observed colligative property by normal colligative property. Normal colligative property. Now, what is observed colligative property? Observed molecular mass. What is the normal colligative property? 1 by. So 1 by, you substitute that two things. 1 by. What is that? Observed colligative property. Observed molecular mass. Observed colligative property by 1 by normal colligative property. 1 by normal colligative property by cross multiplication. What is that? By numerator denominator will comes, then top, that is what observed colligative property, that normal molecular mass. Okay, observed, what is that? Observed colligative property means 1 by observed colligative property, 1 by observed molecular mass. Observed here molecular mass, because we are explaining with respect to molecular mass. Don't confuse. Once again, here observed colligative property is inversely proportional to observed molecular mass. 1 by observed molecular mass. Same thing, normal colligative property is what? 1 by normal molecular mass. Okay, already written. Okay, normal colligative property is normal molecular mass. So by cross multiplication, normal molecular mass by observed molecular mass, that is what I factor. It's clear? Once again, here observed colligative property is inversely proportional to observed molecular mass. We are expressing with respect to molecular mass. Then I is equal to observed colligative property by normal colligative property. Observed colligative property is inversely proportional to observed molecular mass. Normal colligative property is inversely proportional to normal molecular mass by its numerator denominator comes top, then normal comes top, normal molecular mass by observed molecular mass. Okay, so here I factor we can calculate here according to want of I factor we can calculate with the help of either they may dissociation or the association. So I factor we can calculate by two manners. By first one is by association, by first dissociation you write, dissociation, or second one is by association, by association. So I factor abnormal molar mass, I factor we can calculate, I factor we can calculate by two manners, by dissociation or by association. So by this manner we can calculate easily association, dissociation and association. So for that I am taking case 1. What is that? Case 1. Suppose I am taking, so n molecules of the components will be dissociated into AB is my dissociation part into A plus and B minus, A plus and B minus. Okay, A plus and B minus. So here I am taking, so what is that? Here I am taking 1 mole, but it is dissociated into n alpha part. Okay, and this is also n alpha part, n alpha part and n alpha part will be dissociated. So here what is the dissociation part here? N alpha only. Okay, so what is the dissociation part? Dissociation is equal to n alpha. What is the undissociation part? Undissociation is equal to 1 minus alpha, 1 minus alpha. So therefore, okay, so what is the dissociation part here? N alpha part, n alpha and alpha. So what is the undissociation part? 1 minus, what is that? 1 minus alpha. Okay, so now total is equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. So that is equal to 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha, n minus into alpha. So that I factor, I want to calculate I factor. What is that? I factor, what is that? Normal by abnormal. Okay, so I factor I is equal to absorbed colligative property by absorbed colligative property by normal colligative property, So absorbed colligative property. What is that absorbed thing? This is absorbed thing from example. So that 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha, that is equal to I is equal to by 1. Why? I am taking 1 mole. So 1 mole only normally we are taking normal colligative property, but here it is dissociated into n alpha and n alpha part, because I am taking 1 minus n alpha part, n alpha and n alpha. So therefore here abnormal I is equal to 1 plus n minus 1 by 1. So therefore alpha, for here n is number of dissociated particles, I is Wanta factor, then alpha is degree of dissociation, where alpha is equal to degree of dissociation. Why? Here dissociation can take place plus and minus, two ions is dissociated, this is a ionic part, will be dissociated into its ions, therefore degree of dissociation. Then I is equal to 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha, I minus 1 is equal to n minus 1 of alpha, then I minus 1 by n minus 1 is equal to alpha. Then alpha is equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. So where alpha is equal to, what is that? I minus 1 by n minus 1. So where n is 2r, where n is 2 or more than 2, more than it, 2 or more than it, then only ionization can be possible. If no ions are there, that will not affect it. That will not affect it. Same only. That colligative property and abnormal colligative property, both are same. Colligative property, normal colligative property, and observed colligative properties, both are same. If it is only n is equal to 1, suppose I am taking n is equal to 1, what is that? N minus 1, 0. Then alpha is equal, degree of dissociation also 0. Then degree of dissociation 0 means there is no ions formed. So that means at least it should be either 2 ions or more than 2. More than 2. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6 like. Okay, at least 2 ions should be there, then only it will be possible for the alpha. Alpha is the degree of dissociation. Clear? Note it. Once again, I am taking by dissociation and by association. I took AB is one of the solute, 1 mole, that is dissociated into A plus and B minus. That is, I am taking an alpha part of A plus and alpha part of B plus, B minus. Therefore, the dissociation part is an alpha, common an alpha only. But here, undissociation part is 1 minus alpha, because alpha part is dissociated. So that because alpha part is dissociated. Okay. So number of ions produced, n alpha, both are same only. Don't take n plus 1. Total it is n alpha only. So that dissociation is equal to n alpha, and dissociation is 1 minus alpha, because it is 1 mole. It is 1 mole, but from this alpha part only dissociated. 1 minus alpha. Rest of the part is 1 minus alpha. Clear? Okay, don't take 1 minus n alpha. Okay, n alpha is the number of moles of A plus and number of moles of B minus. Okay, this alpha part only dissociated part. This number is our own. Okay, it is 1 alpha and 1 alpha, because n is equal to 1, suppose. But 1 plus 1, 2, n is equal to. Suppose I am taking n is equal to. Alpha is equal to I minus 1 by 2. 2 minus 1 means 2. I is equal to alpha minus alpha plus 1. Alpha plus 1. Okay, so that is the thing. Now, it is I factor, observed colligative property by normal colligative property. That is equal to 1 plus n minus 1 by 1 into alpha. Alpha is equal to degree of dissociation. That is equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. I is equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1 is equal to alpha. This is important formula for the calculation. Okay. Now, what is that? Now, let us calculate. What is that? With respect to molecular mass. So, I factor is equal to normal molecular mass by observed molecular mass. So normal molecular mass, whatever molecular formula is given, that is normal molecular mass. So observed molecular mass means we can calculate by the formula. Either it is by the help of depression freezing point, by the help of elevation boiling point, with the help of osmotic pressure, with the help of what is that, relative lowering vapor pressure. That thing you know. Mb is equal to Ma, molecular mass absolute. Ma is equal to, what is that general formula? Delta Tb is equal to Kb into, what is that? Kb into 1000 by Wa into Ma into Wb. So we want to calculate Ma. Ma is equal to, this is observed molecular mass of a solute, into Kb into 1000 into Wa by, what is that? Kb, delta Tb, delta T or delta Tb. We take delta Tb. So by that we get the observed molecular mass. Normal molecular mass, whatever it given formula, according to formula we calculate the normal molecular mass. Okay. So these things we can easily understand with the help of this formula. What is that? Alpha is equal to degree of dissociation I minus 1 by n minus 1. Now come to the point, by association. By association, how I factor will be calculated. Okay. So same thing, I am taking example, AB will form, AB taken n moles is associated. It forms a dimeric form, either dimeric form or trimeric form or polymeric form. That according to that we can calculate the n value. So therefore here number of associated particles, association particles is equal to n by 2 of n by 2, because it is n moles, it's n by any more than 2. Here two components we are taking, suppose 2 dimeric form, n is n by 2. If it is a trimeric form, n by 3. If it is a tetramer polymer, n by n moles. So that's why it depends on, based on its trimeric form and monomeric form, whatever it forms. Okay, suppose I am taking here a moles, but here n moles are formed, then it is a by n. Suppose I am taking a moles, then after that it forms n moles of its polymeric form, then it is a by n. What is that? It is a by n. It depends on, based on its number of moles. So, okay, so from it, suppose I am taking a moles, from it alpha portion only is associated, then it is alpha by n. I am taking a portion, it's a. If only from a, it's only alpha part will be dissociated, alpha part only associated, that is alpha by n. Okay, so now you take the n moles of a, it forms AB moles of n. From it alpha portion only associated. Once again clearly, I am taking number of moles n, AB, it forms n moles of polymeric form. In that only alpha part is dissociated, then it is a alpha by n. So what is the unassociation part? Unassociation. What is the unassociation part? That is equal to, unassociation part is what? 1 minus, what is that? Alpha by alpha. 1 minus alpha. So unassociation part is what? How much? Unassociation part? 1 minus alpha. So then total is unassociation part is what? Total unassociation part. Okay, so 1 minus alpha plus alpha, then cancel, then unassociation part is only 1 more. Unassociation part is only 1 more. Okay, so from it total is equal to 1 plus what is that? Association part 1 minus alpha by n. 1 minus alpha by n. Why 1 is what? Number of moles, it's 1 mole. Then how much portion is associated? 1 minus alpha by 2. 1 minus alpha by what is the unassociation part? What is the unassociation part? What is that? Here once again come to the point, dimeric form. Number of associated particles are a by n. Here you take better directly alpha by n part. What is the undissociation part? 1 minus alpha, because it is a 1 mole. From it alpha portion is dissociated. How much left? 1 minus alpha part. Then total is what? 1 minus, what is that? 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n. 1 minus alpha is unassociation part, and association part is alpha by n. Don't confuse here, alpha by n. The total is equal to 1 minus 1 plus alpha by n minus alpha, that is equal to I, that is equal to total. Then 1 plus alpha, take common alpha, 1 by n minus 1 into alpha. Okay, so therefore I is equal to how much? I is equal to 1 plus 1 by n minus 1 into alpha. Then I minus, you bring the 1 in this side, then 1 by n minus 1 into alpha. That take minus common, 1 minus I is equal to 1 minus 1 by n into alpha, then 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 minus I 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n is equal to alpha. This is for association part. Normal formula for association part, that is equal to alpha is equal to 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n. Okay, here n is equal to 2 or more than 2, more than it, more than it. So where n is equal to 2 or more than 2, so then we can calculate the alpha values. So at last I am writing for the association, briefly I am writing for the association I is equal to what is the formula for I is equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. I is equal to alpha is equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. For the association, alpha is equal to 1 plus 1 by n, 1 plus write directly, alpha is equal to 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n, 1 by n. Okay, so I 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n. You can write this formula. Okay, 1 minus 1 by n is alpha for dissociation. With these two formulas, we can calculate alpha, degree of dissociation. If you know the degree of dissociation, we can calculate the Vanta factor I. So Vanta factor I will be calculated. So Vanta factor I is equal to, what is that Vanta factor? Absorbed, once again, absorbed colligative property by normal colligative property, otherwise how we can calculate the I value? I is equal to normal molecular mass by absorbed molecular mass absorbed molecular mass that is I factor. Okay, so based on these things we can calculate either associated or dissociated. If dissociation is there, alpha is equal to y minus 1 by n minus 1. So where n is equal to number of dissociated particles, where n is equal to number of dissociated particles. In case of association, n is equal to number of association. Let us take one example for n value. NaCl will give rise to Na plus and Cl minus. So where n is equal to 2, right? 1 Na plus 1 Cl minus, that is 2. Okay, so otherwise you substitute n is equal to 2. If you know the n is equal to 2, alpha is equal to I minus 1 by 2 minus 1. How much? 2 minus 1, 1. Then alpha is equal to I minus 1. Then I is equal to alpha plus 1 for this. Alpha plus 1. Okay, so alpha plus 1. So if you want to calculate with respect to molecular mass, I is equal to normal molecular mass by alpha plus 1. What is that alpha plus 1? It is a absorbed molecular mass. N is equal to alpha plus 1. We can calculate. Okay, molecular mass. Okay, so we can calculate this thing. Okay, this thing we can see later on. Okay, now are you clear by this? Okay, no doubt. Right, next one. So how we can calculate with different components? We can calculate the different components. Now I'm taking example, non-electrolyte. Suppose I'm taking non-electrolytes. Suppose like urea, there is no dissociation, there is no association. Urea and glucose and glucose. Okay, urea, glucose, any non-ionizable. Okay, you take glucose, urea, and non-electrolyte is sucrose also. Sucrose also you can take. This is no dissociation and no association. So for that, how many association particles are there? For that, how many association particles are there? How many dissociation particles are there? Nil. What is that? Number of association or dissociation. Number of association, you take it, make it a tabular form. So what is that? Components, you take it first. Electrolytes. What is that? Solute particles. Okay, then you take examples. Then you take number of either association or dissociation. Then number of association and number of dissociation we can calculate. Then you go for what is that? Number of particles present in it. Number of particles present. Then want of factor and want of factor. Then last, molecular mass. With respect to molecular mass, observed molecular mass. Otherwise you take it normal molecular mass. This is the tabular data. Solute, you take either it is a electrolyte, dissociated, associated, okay, whatever it may be. Okay, solute type, you take solute type. Okay, whatever it may be. Examples: number of associated or dissociated, and the number of particles present it, want of factor, then normal molecular mass. Okay, normal molecular mass. Or otherwise you take it abnormal molecular mass also, not an issue, anything. Okay, because there is a formula, I is equal to normal molecular mass by abnormal or absorbed. Okay, abnormal molecular mass. So both things are same, abnormal, otherwise absorbed molecular mass also. So now here you take it abnormal molecular mass. What is the thing? You take it absorbed or abnormal molecular mass. Abnormal molecular mass. Okay. Type of the solution. So non-electrolyte, like sucrose, glucose, urea. These are non-electrolytes. They will not dissociate or associate. The number of dissociation is nil. There is no nil. The number of particles also nil. Because there is no association and then there is no dissociation. But here number of association dissociation nil. But at that case it is one more fixed one, because here association dissociation not there means it is considered as a 1. And want of factor I is equal to, what is that? Want of factor I is equal to number of particles 1. Then how? N is equal to, what is that? Want of factor I is equal to what is that? Alpha is equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. Okay, then I is equal to alpha into n minus 1 plus 1. Okay, so here alpha is 0. Alpha is 0 because no association, no degree of dissociation, no degree of association. Alpha is 0 means it is 1. It is 1. I is equal to 1. 1 to factor is 1. Then, so 1 to factor is 1. 1 to factor is 1. Then I is equal to normal molecular mass by abnormal molecular mass. But we want abnormal. Abnormal molecular mass is equal to what is that? Normal molecular mass by 1. Normal molecular mass by 1. Okay, so that is because the formula, according to formula. Okay, now come to the point. Second one, you take any ionic one, like examples, you take NaCl, MgCl2, AlCl4, then you take K4FeCN6, you take examples, number of examples. NaCl, number of dissociation can take place. How many? NaCl will be dissociated into Na plus and Cl minus. So 2. N is equal to 2. If N is equal to 2, I is equal to, for dissociation, what is the formula? I is equal to, what is the formula? So then you know alpha is equal to I minus 1 by N minus 1. Then 1 to factor, I is equal to N minus 1 into alpha plus 1. Okay, otherwise what is that? I is equal to 1 plus N minus 1 into alpha. N is equal to 2. 1 plus 2 minus 1 into alpha, that is equal to 1 plus alpha. Then I is equal to 1 plus alpha. Then abnormal molecular mass is equal to m normal molecular mass normal by 1 plus alpha. M normal by 1 plus alpha for NaCl. I am taking MgCl2, Mg plus 2 and 2Cl minus. Number of ions are 3. Then I is equal to, how much I is equal to? 1 plus 2 alpha. I am right? 1 plus 2 alpha. Then substitute N value 3. 2 minus 1, 2 alpha. 1 plus 2 alpha. Then abnormal molecular mass is equal to M normal by 1 plus 2 alpha. Then AlCl3, it will give Al plus 3 and 3Cl minus. So 1 plus 3 is equal to number of ions 4. Then I is equal to 1 plus 3 alpha. Then M normal by its 1 plus 3 alpha. Okay, according to this formula. Now K4FeCN6, K4FeCN taken 6. Then it will be dissociated into 4K plus and Fe K4FeCN6. No, K plus, and you write K plus and FeCN taken 6 whole minus 4. Okay, so for balancing, how many? 4 plus 1, 5. I is equal to 5 minus 1 means 4 alpha. Then M normal is equal to M normal by its 1 plus 4 alpha. Very easy, don't confuse here. So according to general formula only, once again I am taking for the dissociation. What is the formula? I is equal to alpha is equal to I minus 1 by N minus 1. So we want to calculate I is equal to N minus 1 into alpha plus 1. This plus n comes to this side. So then N is equal to, based on N value, we get the N value, we substitute the N value, 2 minus 1, 2, 1 plus 2 alpha. So that we are getting I is equal to n minus 1 by alpha plus 1. So there, according to them, we get this type of things. Okay. So now come to the association. Come to the association. Note it. Okay. Now come to the association. Association type. Association type. What is that? Examples, any association. Benzoic acid, acetic acid, like any examples. So there I am taking AB will give rise to AB taken N. It is N moles. But here it is alpha by N. It is alpha, 1 minus alpha. Then total is equal to total is equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha by N. That is equal to 1 plus 1 by N minus 1 of alpha. So then I is equal to, it's a absorbed colligative property by normal colligative property. So what is absorbed? 1 plus 1 by N minus 1 into alpha whole by 1, because we are taking here 1 mole only. Okay, so that we are getting here 1. Okay, so therefore I is equal to 1 plus 1 by N minus 1